we've got to keep talking about these things and showing the data, sharing the stories, building these broad coalitions. And when you're approaching your legislator, you're approaching them not just from a place of it's all or nothing, but the idea is like seeing how these policies over hundreds of years have really benefited only a few and penalized the rest of us. And that's the bottom line.
That mindset makes a big difference. Then in all the decisions that you're making, you'll be coming from that mindset.
Right.
Just to close, because I love what you said about coalitions. Yeah. Sometimes people come to a coalition and they bring that savior complex, maybe not intentionally. Can you talk about what makes a good coalition member and what makes you perhaps someone who's wrongfully bringing a savior complex?
Right. I think about being a child growing up in this neighborhood. You know, this neighborhood, the reason why there's the 2 movies in a book is that it was probably the poorest place in the Commonwealth, right? And probably had so many different cultures that didn't know how to use their voices. But when they came together, they invested a lot in something called resident-led leadership, right? Yeah. They learned a lot about building power and about community building and community organizing, right? And they shared that power, right? That's why the Dudley Street Neighborhood Initiative still has a board that is comprised the way that it is because it's shared leadership, right? And what I learned from that is that you have to give and you have to take, and it's an intricate balance, right? But unless you're willing to learn and learn to step back when needed or step forward when you're asked to, it never is an equal platform. And that's really what the problem is. Yeah. It's not an equal platform. We're not bringing people who are formerly incarcerated or people impacted by drugs to speak at these hearings. We're not bringing them to the table to design these bills. You know, so I think that the issues that we're faced with are moral issues, are issues that are really about compassion and justice. Mm-hmm. And if we're true about those things, then we can't keep putting people in jail and saying we care about Black Lives Matter. We don't. And so I'm hoping that this bill and my work with you and other like-minded individuals helps me become a better legislator. It helps my colleagues understand that we can't make Massachusetts the Massachusetts we really want it to be by pretending to be so liberal when we're not. Yes. Right? And I think we have to have the political will, the moral will to imagine a different Massachusetts. And it starts with electing people who are actually representative of the people of this great Commonwealth.